Good morning, everyone. My name is Marcin, and together with my colleagues Zahid, Mamadou, and Dimitriou, today we will present the problem of air pollution in Birmingham. Our presentation focuses on the question: how might we improve Birmingham's air quality for a better future? We should know that Birmingham is one of the most polluted cities in England, with nitrogen dioxide levels 3 to 5 times higher than the World Health Organization guidelines. To solve this problem, we used the design thinking framework, which includes empathy, defining the problem, ideation, prototyping, and testing. Our goal is connected to Sustainable Development Goal 3, which is good health and well-being. Today, we will show practical solutions that can help to create cleaner air and healthier communities. Design thinking gives us a clear 5-stage process for solving complex problems like air pollution. First, we start with empathy by understanding how local residents experience poor air quality in everyday life. Next, we define the problem clearly using real data and community experience. Then we move to ideation, where we create possible solutions. And after that, we build prototypes to test these ideas in practice. Finally, we collect feedback and improve the solutions through testing. This human-centered approach helps us create solutions that are realistic and useful for people. To understand the better problem, we used the 5W and H framework. First, we should ask the question: what is the issue? Birmingham has nitrogen dioxide levels up to 5 times above the WHO safe limit. Where is the problem strongest? Especially near busy roads like the A38, Bullring, Corporation Street, and in areas such as Aston, Handsworth, and Sparbrook. When did it start? This has been a long-term issue since 2001. And why is it important? Because around 300 people die every year due to outdoor air pollution, and poorer communities suffer the most. How can we improve it? Through smart sensor networks, green mobility hubs, and school green corridors. This helps us clearly define the real challenge. We should know that the current data shows that Birmingham faces a serious public health crisis. On the A38 corridor, the average NO2 level is 47 micrograms per cubic meter, which is almost 5 times above the WHO guideline. We should remember that around 300 people die prematurely every year because of outdoor air pollution. Children are strongly affected too. About 11.2% of children in Birmingham have asthma, which is higher than the national average. The Clean Air Zone generated around £40 million in its first year, which could help find better solutions. Globally, 18% of deaths are linked to fossil fuel pollution. These numbers show that this is not only an environmental issue, but also a major health issue. This slide shows the main health effects caused by air pollution. First, childhood asthma is higher than national average, and many children cannot safely play outside during high pollution days. Second, around 300 premature deaths happen every year because of poor air quality. Third, nitrogen dioxide increases the risk of cardiovascular disease by causing inflammation in blood vessels and increasing hospital admissions. Finally, health inequality is a major issue. The worst health outcomes happen in poorer areas like Aston, Handsworth, and Sparbrook. This proves that clean air should be treated as a basic right, not a privilege. Thank you very much for presentation. I would like to hand over to my colleague Zahid.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Zahid, and I will now move on to the next part of the presentation, which focus on the health impact and environmental challenge caused by air pollution. I will now explore this further in next few slides, such as the urgency to act is shaped by the combined influence of legal obligations, political demands, and public health evidence. The IPCC 2022 Sixth Assessment Report warns that climate change will worsen the health impacts of urban air pollution over time, making delays in action increasingly risky. According to the Climate Earth 2023 judicial review has confirmed that inaction may be considered a breach of legal duty. One major focus in 2023 was climate-related litigation, included cases against major companies over their responsibility to reduce emission and manage climate risk. Climate Earth also spotted legal challenges, arguing that government policies were not strong enough to meet legally binding environment targets. Despite the Clean Air Zone operating since 2023, World Health Organization targets remain unmet in Birmingham, highlighting the gap between policies' intent and actual communities' health outcomes. Addressing air pollution involves multiple stakeholders working together across government, transport, and society. According to IDEO 2020, design thinking prioritizes engaging affected communities as co-designer. And Manzini 2015 adds that long-term social innovation rules on diffuse design, enabling communities to create their own solution. Birmingham City Council holds legal responsibility, while NHS Birmingham and Solihull ICB have public health duty and financial motivation. Active Travel England is responsible for promoting walking, cycling, and other forms of active transport. It supports local authorities to design safer streets and fund infrastructures like cycle lanes and pedestrian route. This helps reduce reliance on cars, which are a major source of urban air pollution. Logistic operators whose freight unequally raises RTL number 2 levels represent a critical structural gap in current stakeholder engagement. The ideation stage shifts the focus from defining the problem to generating a wide range of possible solutions. Brown 2009 stressed the effect ideation is about exploring multiple alternatives rather than setting on a single answer too quickly. Framing the challenges through a central how might we question reframes a mission from a purely technically issue into one of justice access in line with Letidica 2018. Drawing on the empathy inside three connected pillars emerged a community sensing network, green mobility hubs, and a social corridor programs. Together, these addresses different aspects of air quality challenges identified in sections. Thank you very much. And now I have to pass to Mohammed.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mahmoud Mabaye. I try to explain our assignment in a group. I can explain in 3 slides. My assignment, the first one is community air intelligence networks. The first of all and community air intelligence network have 5 steps. The first one is co-design a sensor. The second one is multi-language app. The third one is community science apps. And the fourth one is data for advocacy. The first one is co-design a sensor. Co-design a sensor is a user-friendly air quality sensor placing behind school, community facility and public park across the districts of Aston, Anzov, and Sparbrook in Birmingham. The second one is multi-language app, despite being read times to active environmental advocates. The third one is community science apps. This one is local education center, hosting particularly as monitoring building residence agency in environment decisions. The fourth one is data for advocacy. Residents collecting data using for evidence-based planning, advocacy planning from 2022 London pilot. The last one is citation pillar outcome. This outcome explains how Birmingham community is created directly link between life experience and policy change since 2008. Okay, I will explain now the second pillar of the presentation. Grid mobility apps, where they are. They are in 5 inner city transporting knobs, co-located with a bike hire, cargo bike, and care share, ride time data, and community space. They are located in deliberation placing in under-saving words in quality cards, distribution, equality transport, and quality on life from 2022. How you can find it? People can find it with the ring facing case revenue in like you can need to pay some coins, create a directory policy page, finding cycle for clean infrastructure, expecting impact. These things gonna impact the community at all. Karamajani and all 2022 similar apps reduce privately care using by 50 to 25% corporation, European city, all European city. You can go there, you can find the same thing as Birmingham. Equality rationales. Addressing retrograde distribution affect and currency case with building loud income residency and micro freight. This one is all green mobility apps. You can find all Birmingham. How you can find it, we explain how you can find it, why they are, what they are, and where you can find it at all. And if you want to use it, how much you can spend to get it to use it, like for cheaper than your bike. Okay. And now I will say the last pillar of our presentation in my works with my colleagues. This last one is the school green corridor programs. The school green programs have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 phrases. I have to explain all you guys how they work, how this everything. The first one is low traffic neighborhood, work to school routes, residential redesigning with lower traffic neighborhood classifications and hugs border wards. The tree planting, despite being red, with Birmingham Air Quality Research Group 2023 and the Air Quality Champions. This one is the curriculums of integrated programs making purpose activity air quality advocated as citizens scientific in all schools in Birmingham. The health of benefits address and all 2021 school street interventions generation hits benefit many multiple of their costs of all the user. Nobody need to pay it. The schools have to handle everything. That was the fourth one. The last one is designer principle. Is from 2020 create experience over think and cleaner works to school in the cleaner air experience himself. That means the school have to think about everything they do. For the air, the people can breathe properly and look after everything. And it works with Birmingham City Council. That's why everyone knows Birmingham City Council try to do all the best to let people living in life pure and safe. Now I will leave my colleagues Dimitri to continue in our assignments. Thank you so much to everybody.
Hello everyone. My name is Dumitru Ungureanu, and I'm happy to be here with you and my team. Today we're talking about Ropovine Listen and Learning. We tested several prototypes with the community. Residents helped use the air quality sensor, and their feedback improved our design. For example, they preferred cycle storage over the car sharing. We are also learning that sharing data building trust, but more co-design is needed before scaling up. Model testing interaction. We evaluated the project in 4 ways. We saw reduced pollution levels, strong engagement across different communities, and positive feedback. Based on this, we improved the app and adjusted hub location. Overall, testing helped us to refine the project effectively. Now, let's talk about the call to the action. Clean air should be a right, not a privilege. We ask councils and organizations to support community-led projects. We also encourage residents to get involved together, and we can make the Birmingham's air cleaner and more eagle by 2030. Thank you. This is me. My name is Dumitru Ungureanu. Thank you for listening, and I hope all of you have a lovely day.